I am Reggie Toupee.
Hey everybody, it's Ace Attorney. Oh wait, I have a Twitter button for this. Fuck, hold on. Boop. Okay, hey everybody, it's Ace Attorney.
Hi.
Now, I seem to remember us being in a particularly incriminating photograph where we stopped. Yeah.
Yeah. It looked roughly like this one that we're looking at. If I recall correctly.
This one specifically.
Good Lord! It's the defendant.
Now, you can't see your face. That could be anyone.
Gina Lestrade. That could be anybody with a hat. I forgot about these guys already. As the court can clearly see. That wasn't nearly Dracula enough, I apologize. The accused is pictured, gun in hand. There we go, we're finding it. Dude, look at that very real photo of a dog in the back.
I know.
Hyper-realistic dog. I hope that's not his dog. He's gonna be a lonely dog.
Yeah.
Gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter.
And the lamp isn't broken yet.
No doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to his store.
Hi, Molly Guy.
Hi, Molly Guy.
Why? One can too easily imagine the events that took place. The court will take this photographic print as evidence. May you please, counsel?
The photograph of Gina
I forgot
has
to
been
make
entered in
him
the court
British.
record.
I just realized that. Oops.
I don't believe it.
I was just
Jimmy.
I just started doing my normal judge
Just a
voice.
regular judge voice.
It's not British at all. In short, the accused is the only person who could have possibly killed Mr. Winterbank.
Ah!
Nuh-uh.
I don't know. It's one of the jurors, I think. Yep, Mr. Garrett.
Oh, it's Miss Garrett.
No, I might put in a word at this point. Go ahead, Mr. Woman.
Wait, what the fuck was that? God damn it.
Okay, Valley Tennessee in the battle now, 1980, don't you know? Big way for it, forced to retire from service, family.
Is that relevant?
Of course, American Outlaws, I suppose, some chaps that got on the battlefield.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Woman, then. What is your point exactly?
Why don't I remember how to do the judge voice?
I don't know.
It doesn't feel right.
Why is he blushing?
Hang on a second, I need to think about it. The cute maid next to him, maybe. He keeps looking over there.
Maybe it reminds him
of his wife.
Of his wife.
Maze, he strikes me as my wife guy. A real, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Despite the constant abuse.
Carries on the battle of retirement, you see? Battle of daily life, if you like. And here I am now, in the small squadron, 6 men, all good and true. And we'll go down together, like we're one, it's one for all for one.
What?
What?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Van Zeeks is just like, I shut the fuck up, you stupid idiot. Well, they mouthful. Yeah, but I was doing a specific thing, cause like,
the normal judges like here. But then this, the other one do this, what this? Okay, I think it's this.
Yeah.
I think it's that. It basically does. It basically does.
It sounds a little bit like Max or like Pete from the Goofy movie, and also
the Goofy.
It's basically this. Good God. Oh God, man.
The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand?
Well, Mr. Woman, is that correct?
That's closer.
In a manner of speaking, yes. That is the Garrett of Sergeant's position, sir.
What? No, it's too soon to make a judgment here.
His voice is all over the place, though.
Yeah.
Staff support for the court, men. Roll a double.
His lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions, too. You're doing this guy now, by the way. Because because you wanted to.
I did want to. I was unprepared. I had forgotten. I'm trying to think of a goofy voice, but my voice keeps the only thing that pops into my head is the voice I used for Mr. Windabank. I'm trying to think of how a clown would talk. Strikes me as a clown.
Clown man.
Like a real do I amuse you? Like that. Maybe that. That's close to Mr. Winterbank, but he's dead, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think you'll find the truth is as clear as day now. Nope, that's the same voice. Damn it.
Just do it without the lisp.
Hang on. Without the lisp. That could work. Can I do it without the lisp? Am I capable?
Am I capable?
I think you'll find the truth is as clear as day now. I could reach out and touch it. Good enough.
I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't. But in all honesty, I can't actually remember.
Okay.
Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth now undeniable. Stop.
I'm very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky.
Okay.
Well, all that go on his members doesn't matter.
Man, we're doing this right away.
That's true. That's true. Steven can't voice the guy because he can cross his eyes.
No.
And Steven, well, as we all know, cannot. I should bring that up every stream just so it goes down in the lore annals.
Yeah, unfortunate.
I'm not so considered for the court.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Oh.
Guilty. Guilty.
That was pretty
Guilty.
Guilty.
close.
What
the hell was that?
Why does he sound like that?
Guilty.
Wasn't even Russian. Guilty. I'm some sort of Mortal Kombat villain.
It doesn't mean to pay a humanity is needed already.
That photograph. It must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned. But Ginny didn't shoot him. No, of course not. My lord, the defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination.
As you do every time you yep, very well. Grant his permission.
So, you refuse to admit defeat again.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? Just pack it in and go home?
Unsurprised.
I love it when the prosecutors in these games are always surprised when you don't give up, despite the fact that you've never given up.
Well, he said unsurprising.
We shall proceed immediately with exclamation, exclamation. Miss Woman, all members of the jury ready. So hallelujah, sir. Always ready for action, my chap. Well, good. Raise them up, Joey.
Oh, she did have a typewriter last time we saw her.
Oh, yeah, she did. Now it's a telegraph.
You wait to explain on what grounds you have determined the event to be guilty.
Okay.
I do like the British judge.
Judicial
I'm gonna miss him someday.
findings. The jurors' contentions.
All the evidence clearly puts the figure of guilt as young pickpocket.
Pickpocketien,
Pickpocketien?
I guess.
Pickpocketien? Pickpocketien?
I don't know. Weird one. As a household, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated. That's not... You say that every time like it means anything.
You'll find if you look at the photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out.
No. If I have left it in there, I should think there'll be repercussions by now. Oh god. Who has he done surgery on? Mind made up. Stop. Global radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop.
In motherland, we say never judged by clothes, judged by head. I am convinced the brothers are innocent.
It's a completely... You're
Hmm. That was a load of bullshit.
Almost none of that was relevant.
Do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively.
The storeroom, locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. And in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which is heard by these witnesses.
Not to mention this print.
Can we see the one after it?
Can we see the one after it? The one 30 minutes later?
The one 30 minutes
Hey, remember
later.
chap who's in that trailer bathroom? That young girl on the furniture pulling the ballet trigger?
Yeah,
At the
I mean, he's
ceiling?
right, though. But she does have terrible trigger discipline.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes. Oh dear. Hurley's cameras were supposed to help, not hinder. Yeah, well,
Well, they helped. They helped not us.
they helped everyone
I'm
else.
afraid I think you have an uphill stroller ahead of you.
But Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windibank. Which means there's more to this situation than we've yet to see. Agreed. Stop reading my thoughts.
What if she just had?
You're the roll, Counsel. Proceed with the examination summation. Summation
Okay.
examination, also. That one, other way around.
Look at him in the background. Look at this
He's
guy.
just kind of squinting at them. The defense's rebuttal. Clearly points the figure. Let's just press everybody to start with. Hold it! You're Mr. Natsume's landlord, Mr. Garrett, aren't you? We really must stop meeting like this.
Go ahead, Lord, chap. There's a tenant for the books. Yes, rather a turbulent time back then we had.
Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? And we can't just bribe this man.
Oh, come on! Come on!
I mean, obviously.
Reno,
I
stay.
wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your leaning to not guilty or anything.
Can't be denied, I suppose. The curse of the Garden House was all the talk of the town of the roses. Oh, just moved out. I'll go get a Pally Stole to take up the tenancies.
Oh.
Haven't had the heart to break the news to Joanne yet. I know the old girl's clapped up. Yes, can't be denied. We did do rather a lot. House for us. As for that, for certain.
I suppose not.
Of course. There can be no suggestion of that being the reason why I'm being most good to you, obviously.
Wow.
Obviously. But honestly, I really wish he'd pay more attention to the trial and less to juror number 2. Okay, yeah, so that's yes.
Yeah, he's just staring.
Hold
at
it.
Yeah, you just have
He's
to
just
look
been
at him.
staring
He
at
looks over
her,
at her
staring at her
constantly.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Polishing a bench, I see. Again. A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain. What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores? On my way to market for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pickpursers, and crossmen, the scum of the earth. A little harsh, perhaps? Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these
There would
important
be
goals.
what?
Let them die then. Fucking Scrooge ass.
So, socioeconomic genocide. I see.
You're referring to Mr. Herlock Sholmes? That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Randst magazine in between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital. Mr.
what now?
Sholmes? A maid? It's really quite unforgivable. Gutter scum have the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective. Minor
But-
detail, it was the two brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant. A minor detail indeed. They're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned. Well, it just might be an idea to get our facts straight anyway. Yes, all right. I shall amend my statement. Those brothers are the scum of the earth. They should swing for shooting the great detective.
They should what now?
Be hanged until dead, Josh.
Hold it!
Hold it.
That maid is fucked up, dude.
Yeah,
She's got
dog.
some shit going on.
What do you mean by
My
look at the photograph in stereo?
Sorry, what? Don't you know? You look at the photographic print normally. It looks as though a pickpocket girl's about to shoot the victim, obviously.
Objection. But there's no indication that a defendant ever fired the gun.
All I'm saying is that if you look at the same print in stereo, it could reveal all sorts of new information. Oh, that's why the
fuck
two
are you
cameras
talking
are...
about? Oh, it's two
No,
cameras.
remember how we said that the two cameras were set up in the stupidest way possible because they were like right next to each other, side by side?
Oh my god.
I just realized that that's why. Oh my god.
By any chance...
Because remember they showed the diagram and
yeah,
I
and we
even
were
said,
like,
I
why
was
the
like,
fuck
why
are they
the
right
fuck
next
would
to
they put
each
them
other?
there? Why would they put them like that? and not
facing
in
the same
corners?
direction, yeah. Oh my
Oh
god.
my fucking god, that's
so
why.
Oh boy. Are you a fan of stereoscopes?
Ooh, how did you know?
Let's call it a lucky guess.
It never gets old, seeing two prints merge into one before your eyes. I don't know where his voice has gone, but I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary. It's captivating. It's the height of modernity.
Of course.
Oh yes, I think you'll find that the stereoscope is here to stay.
And by extension, the Nintendo 3DS.
And
Link.
someday the fabulous Nipponese will invent a Game Boy type device that can play it.
So I'm
New
guessing what
perspectives,
the
we can
stereoscope is going to show is that she was like standing 3 feet either in front of or behind him in perspective.
Yeah, it's gonna do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like not actually in front of him. Like what if there's someone behind Mr. Windibank
Ah.
that we can't see, or something maybe, or something.
Or something.
It's gonna do something where it's gonna like push or pull her, so
Yeah.
you can. Yeah.
You can see what's actually going on.
Giving us new perspectives we could only dream of before. It's the greatest invention the world has ever seen.
If only it could
I mean,
give
I
me a
like
new
the pulley,
perspective on
but-
this case, I might agree with you.
I can.
Just gonna real quick take a look at the court record.
We only have the one so far. They only gave us one.
Yeah. And they didn't even give
We
us
have
like
to do something to prompt.
Yeah.
We have to
Yeah,
do something
you-
to prompt getting the second one.
Hold it. What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? You keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that. So sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon. A surgeon? That totally
Upsetting.
passed me by. Of course, people conducting surgery in this country aren't considered to be doctors. Oh no. Oh, is he one of the barber surgeons? Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field. So, what is it that you think you've left behind? Yeah, well, that's a little embarrassing, to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing, went in through the abdomen. Was he operating on Mr. Schultz? But when I finished the procedure,
Oh my God.
I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere. What? Did he? Surely not. Exactly, surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? Yeah, the surgery was this was the old man from the last case.
Yeah. Yep. He's the old doddering man who went to the bookstore a lot.
And slipped.
Yeah, we remember. And the blonde guy is the hat guy.
His
who's
hat guy
now
from
wearing
before.
not a hat.
Only now he's stereoscope guy. That's what's been troubling me this whole time. Could
They
I
just put him
really
in
have left my
costumes.
scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course I couldn't. So, there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really. That's one way of putting it. The other is manslaughter. That's exactly my concern. And seeing as this case appears to be all but sewn up, yeah, I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've sewn up elsewhere.
Oh, they made it.
Yeah,
sound
I'm
funny.
sure I made sure everything was back as it should be. Well, as sure as you can be without being sure. I'm sure you need to be more sure. Hold it! Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean? Are you from the Far East? Stop. Yes, from the Empire of Japan. All communication with Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey. 50 days, in fact. Ah, but now we have the electric telegram, so we can send messages using electrical signals. Thousands of miles of cables have been laid along the ocean beds, connecting the entire world. Thousands of miles of cable? On the ocean bed? Makes my head hurt just thinking about it. You are well informed, young lady. Hehe. But cables will soon become a thing of the past. Stop. And just when I was starting to catch up. Well, radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over airways to 4 corners of the globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop.
I mean, cables are
Atmospheric
still
electric.
dumb.
Stop. Right. Try not to wear out your fingers. Era of wireless technology. Stop. Driving technological revolution. Stop. And people say inventions like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What utter piffle. I can't
Are
understand
you
it.
trying to
I really
start
can't.
something?
They're just silly toys.
Oh, he pissed. He's mad.
Excuse me.
Oh, prompt him. Excuse me.
Juror
You
number
got something
3.
to say?
Sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but
What?
do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess.
Oh, you bet I do. Say that again. Go on. I dare you.
Goodness, are you talking to me? I think he just might be, yes.
You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you?
Absolutely. I mean, really, a machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions? Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional. What a great way to appease the man. No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all.
Just don't know.
Pardon?
It's not like underwater cables are the foundation of an international global network or anything. Yeah, no. We got rid of those. It
Don't need
turns out that it turns out that it's really good to be able to have things go at cable speed and not at
Wireless
shoving
speed.
it through the air speed. I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate.
What sort of possibilities?
Well, take a crime scene, for example. Say the one we have here. If you had 2 photos of the crime scene side by side.
Literally
For
what he
some
said,
reason.
though.
Oh, really? Oh. I was being an asshole. Damn. I mean, I'm not gonna read it now, I guess. We've done that. It could reveal hidden clues you've never even noticed before.
What? Have you got any, Runo? Any prints we could look at with a stereoscope? Not yet.
Nah.
No, I don't think so. Not would spring to mind, anyway. Well, if you find any, we should definitely try it. I don't think we're just gonna find prints of the crime scene lying around, you know. But I suppose if we somehow find ourselves with some, it would be worth a go. Alright, so we'll get back to you. Hold it! Please tell me you're not villain Bolshevik. The Russian revolutionary. Revolutionary? Ah,
Da, I believe there is such a rumor.
it's just a rumor?
As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like vicious criminal.
Your words, not mine. Just want to point that out.
People call me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat.
One of those is... which glove fits?
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
Right, that didn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts.
To be treated like vicious criminal all the time. It is very painful. People do not realize. So I have much sympathies for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because how they look.
The Skulkin brothers?
Duh. Maybe they just went inside Bromberger's shop. But they have done nothing wrong.
They shot him,
That
man.
is all I want to say. They have done nothing wrong.
The Skulkin brothers did nothing wrong that night? Alright, well, first of all, that's one not-so-little misunderstanding I'll need to clear up straight away. Tell me something, Iris. What is it, Runo? The jurors are chosen at random from the inhabitants of London town, aren't they?
Just
Yes,
down in
it's amazing,
London
isn't
town.
it? In that case, how is it that there's a Russian tourist sitting among them who looks for all the world like a revolutionary? I wish I knew. I also... That does seem wild, doesn't it? If I can't change the minds of more than half of these 6 jurors, the trial will be over. But we know that
Well,
Ginny would never
didn't they
shoot
hint
anyone.
at something's up with the juror like episodes and episodes ago?
Yeah. We know that Ginny would never shoot anyone. Yeah, so we need to find contradictions in what these jurors are saying. Ah, the newspaper
Oh,
article,
he's trying
yeah,
to
said he
blow
was
up
trying to
because-
blow it
That's
up.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I must be ready to go to whatever lengths I have
bus
to.
to Crystal Tower.
To convince them of Gina's innocence.
Visiting Russian tourists.
Brothers, scum of the earth. Aha!
Ah, you can pit them against each other.
Aha!
'cause he
Objection!
says they're not.
Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good Lord! Won't you explain yourself?
Oh my statement contradictory?
Contradict. See. Oh.
Juror number 6, you've got the wrong end of the stick.
I do not have stick. I have nails.
A juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver. Yes, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand. Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear.
Abdomen. ABD.
Sir?
Sorry. My English is still learning.
You are telling the court you didn't hear.
Forgive me. I did not hear.
Ugh.
Ah! Here's word. Abdomen. Part of person's butt. Look at that little mouse flipping his head.
I love the
Part
little
of
mouse.
person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should say in plain English. I am Russian, not native speaker.
Who thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again?
Ryunosuke is also not a native speaker.
Yeah, I know. And he's way better at it.
You are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? They said before, we never done nothing. But truth is, they shot the detective. Duh. This is double negative.
I love this pose. Yes,
I love
that's
this
exactly
man.
right.
This guy's super. Oh no, the mouse!
Lying is wrong. Especially when lie is said by a person who looks like criminal.
Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced.
This means when they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also big fat lie. Is this true?
Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so...
Enough! I trust no one now.
It's not the mouse's fault, though, sir.
I must see with own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself.
I'm afraid that won't be Yes, it is, Runo. Easily. Sorry? with the prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder. Ah. If you compare the print that pictures Ginny and the next print from half an hour later, you'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Cooey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Calling on the prosecution in the middle. This is hard to go from the Russian guy to this. I'll be honest.
It's
Hang
very
on,
similar.
I got a blade. Blade. I come in the night for your blood. Okay.
It is me, Prosecutor Boy.
It is me. It is me. I am the prosecutor. Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one.
Yes, I see that.
Yes. Following this, the victim and the accused moved into the storeroom. Free the mouse. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot ring out.
Show me the picture from 1:30.
Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later, after the brothers' flight.
Lamp broken.
The lamp broken!
So this was taken after Hurley was shot then. As far as I can tell, nothing has been taken. That does seem to be the case, although some stuff definitely just moved.
Slap him in the stereoscope.
I can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print.
Stereoscope.
So, the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot men, but they stole nothing.
It would seem so, yes.
Good.
No, not good.
You are right. I do not understand situation. I now know. Now I know. Brothers have lied. I think it is very important to continue a trial.
Thanks, I guess.
Thanks, revolutionary villain Bolshevik.
Yay, well done, Bruno. The balance is shifting. Well, it's a start, I suppose. But there must be more in
Yeah,
what
it
these
makes
jurors
the
are saying that I
differences
can
all
use to expose the
shimmery.
truth.
Makes the differences all shimmery. You're right.
If I can do that, we
right.
might just turn the situation to our favor still.
I give counsel continue this amazing explanation. I'm going to add that new photograph put to the bailiff to be followed as evidence.
Both shooting a photograph has been entered into the court record. Aha!
Stethoscope.
Another print
or
in the
whatever
court
it's called.
record. I wonder if we can make use of that. Yes, immediately.
Yes, slap him in. Slap him in. Go now. Do it now. Don't even look.
Wrong.
Well, we could just go in the court record and do it, can't we?
I don't know if it has both
Do we
of
even
them
need to talk
loaded
to
in
that
there.
guy?
Yeah, because we have to compare the two. Although some stuff definitely moves between them.
Yeah, you can see it. It shifts. Well, don't we have the compact stereoscope thing
Not
in our
in-
inventory?
No.
Oh, we didn't take it?
Nah.
Damn.
No, but
So
if
I
we...
guess we'll have to talk to him then.
Yeah, if we press this guy, what's the... Hold on. Because at the end of this...
Don't you know?
Which button is the auto?
Objection.
This
I
one.
don't know. It says right there. The two boxes.
Now I'm holding B and it's fast forwarding. I just couldn't remember which button was fast forward. Oh
See?
no, it was in their dispute between these two. Press. Yeah.
The have mouse. A powerful red named Charles
There it is.
Entertainment.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Say it again. Goodness, the stair. Yeah, yeah. We have two images.
You just don't know. I think y'all look all sorts of.
Absolutely.
Yes.
How about this print here? It should do the trick, I think.
Take that!
Take that! Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints?
I can.
Very well then. I'd like you to demonstrate. Nope.
I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all.
Take that!
Take that!
I really hope it doesn't try to layer them by itself. I want to just put them so that I can do the eye cross.
I forgot that I was reading this. Alright, these 2 prints were both taken with the same camera in Windibanks on the night in question.
Yes, I see. Tell me more. Tell me more. Mr. Lawyer. Do you know how stereographic images work? Do you understand the principle?
Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. The left and right eye
Yes,
images
the
need to
cat.
be the same, only with a slight shift in positions of some objects.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, no, no.
When your brain merges the 2 images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if it were depth.
Like, does he have a car? Yes, exactly.
It's that small shift between certain objects in the 2 pictures that's really important. So what happens if you use 2 photographs that are exactly the same then?
Hey Steven, did you see that pose that Iris was doing? If she didn't have the photos in her hands, it'd be that thing from Clone High. Remember
Yeah,
the thing
yeah.
from Clone High with yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, thanks for the,
Yeah,
the
no
energy
problem.
and excitement.
I got it. No, I
Nice.
understood.
No, obviously that wouldn't work. Not for seeing the crime scene 3-dimensionally anyway.
Oh. Oh! Of course, now I see.
I think the young girl has discovered the secret.
I have! Stop. Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me? Have another look at these 2 pictures from Hurley's camera, Runo. Go on.
Please don't combine them. Yes,
Can
don't
you see
click
that there's a
anything.
really obvious difference between them? I don't know, Josh, can you?
Yes, so the things that are flashing are the stack of books in the background.
Yep. Is there anything else? That's the only
dog
thing I
picture.
noticed.
Hang on, give me a second. This one's slightly harder than the cat because there's more going on.
And the lamp is
So
broken,
the lamp
but-
is flashing. There's also the lamp is flashing and like the whole stack of shit in the background is flashing.
Yeah.
Also, there's something with the door.
The door.
The curtain has moved.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm just having to look back and forth between them like an asshole.
Yeah, dude, this is way easier. The book and the quill are fine. The 2 notepad things are fine. The picture
Yeah.
of the cat has not moved. The things that are flashing is the time, obviously, because that's changed. The
Right.
door. The whole stack in the back, basically, is
It's
different.
slightly moved, yeah, that I
Obvious-
did notice.
Obviously, Windibank and Ginny.
Gina aren't,
and then
aren't
the
there.
lamp.
Of course there is. There are 2 people in the first and no people in the second. Well, yes, you can see that straight away, but now, try looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions. Alright, I'll give it a go. So, to start with, you have to cross your eyes and then try to make the 2 pictures overlap exactly. Let's see if by crossing my eyes I can make the quill pens from each picture overlap. Shut up!
Yeah. See
Wait.
if you can do that.
Well, did you manage to see it properly, Runo? Yes. Somebody did.
Take a shot
Ah!
each time they
What-
explain
What's going on with these
stereoscopy.
2 pictures? Yeah. Some of the things on the
Oh.
counter sort of, they jump out at you.
Because they're 3-dimensional now. 'cause they move. Stop. Yeah.
I'm glad he's got the actual thing.
Yeah, if they showed him with crossed eyes, I would kill myself. Yes, yes, yes. That's it, you see. That's the other amazing power of stereoscope.
Other amazing power.
Is someone going to explain this black magic, huh? Why did you do some of the things on the counter jump out at you like that?
Yeah, isn't it amazing that they jumped out at you, Steven? Isn't that cool
Yeah, it
that
was
they
su-
jumped
it was
right out
super
at you?
cool, yeah.
Steven, how did you explain to me how it felt
If
when
we
you
were
saw them
playing this
jump
on
out
a
at you after
Nintendo
you-
3DS,
after
I
you-
would have been able to see it.
I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Mocking
Sorry, I
me.
just.
They're all
You'll
mocking
answer
me.
your own question. I can't believe that I never
Basic
knew you couldn't
principles
cross your
of the
eyes.
stereoscope.
How did that never come up in like 16 years of friendship?
I don't know, dog.
Isn't that amazing? I had no idea. Now I can bully you for the rest of my life.
Unfortunate.
I don't like this man from the side, by the way. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. But there's something a little whack with him. I think it's his jaw seems to like go up and then
Mhm.
down again.
He's got puffy face. Ah, pardon me.
As I said before, if you try to look at two identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's the slight shift in positions of an object that lets you view pictures three-dimensionally.
In other words, even though at the first glance it seems the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the two pictures, this shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions. Yes, there must have been.
Now, hold on there, sir. How reasonable actually crop top business now, I say. Why the devil does the shift between two prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Go on, go cross-eyed, master.
What? Me? I haven't the first idea. You know, Bruno, it's quite simple. It is.
Someone moved them.
Rifling marks at the fingerprints of the gun. Just think it through step by step. First photograph was taken at 1 a.m. Then, 30
Ballistics
minutes
are
later, the
fingerprints
second
of
photograph
people.
was taken. But the position of some items on the counter appears to have shifted slightly in the interim. So that means... That means that sometime in the
whole counter
half-hour
moved.
interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter.
Zonkers!
Zookers?
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 I thought he was saying like zonkers or something.
No, Zookers.
Zookers!
Like gadzooks? Someone tampered?
New information. Stop. Not mentioned in testimony so far. Stop. Yes. We've had to go around in circles a little here, it seems, but I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom?
You.
Hume.
Are you suggesting you might know?
Of course. I can tell you right now who's responsible for the almost imperceptible shift in items on the countertop.
Well, the Skulkin brothers, probably.
Yeah,
right?
probably. Oh, the shorter one is older by a year. That's fun.
That is fun. Look at these two.
Take
Look
that!
at these guys.
It was the witnesses currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers.
Wait. This does not agree with what brothers said in testimony before. They said they did not even have time to pull dukes from Lucy lockets. My phrase book says dukes is meaning hands and Lucy lockets is meaning pockets. But is this another lie?
It's amazing his guidebook has Lucy Lockett.
Yeah, I know. Why does this guidebook have have Cockney rhyming slang in it?
Is this what you're saying?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Yeah, hold on here a minute. You can't be sure of that. I quite agree. The accused is a common pick purse, after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal. I think that's
But she
unlikely.
didn't.
And why exactly?
As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Winterbank to open that storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrade's interest lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop. giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony. The accused is a pick-purse, common gutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here? Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact, worse than a pick-purse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves? Well said. Yeah, if one would like to hear more from that shady pair.
He uses his head. I was wondering. I was like, I was literally gonna say, how is he gonna bang the thing when his hands are sanitary? And then he bonked his head into it. I'm like, there's no way he's gonna just ball up his hand, right?
No.
He's sanitary.
Bonk.
Can you all see now? I think you'll find stereoscopes on playthings. You've seen extraordinary potential firsthand.
It's a good voice.
I want you to know I'm leaning all the way back in my chair to do this.
Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. Will return home via Regent Street. Stop.
Wait, what does she need to buy?
Stereoscope.
Oh, right.
Convinced her.
They're not just playthings. And she's on the cutting edge of technology.
Well, we'll say Miss Brian, run it, folks. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I declare the inclination via the mighty scales of justice. Trademark. I mark all this summation examination to conclusion with the merits uprooted in the defendant's favor. Truly guilty, wholly not guilty. Wholly preserved without consensus. And I order this trial to continue.
Yay, well done. Oh, by the way. What? You should hold on to this, Runo. You never know when it might come in useful. Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely, but alright. Yeah, okay. Yeah, uh-huh. Stereoscope was run out of the court record. Everyone knows that you only use evidence once per trial.
Once and never again. I read this book.
Ah.
You instructed witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them.
You ever actually gonna drink that?
I don't want to. No, I'm highly allergic.
I like to smell it and then smash it on the wall.
See, you're also
Bleh.
going Russian now.
Bleh.
Bleh. Bleh.
Now just throw bleh at
The
end.
telegram has been more influential than the stereoscope, because I mean,
Yeah.
stereoscope really only evolved into the. I guess you could say stereoscopes helped with like developing the idea of 3D modeling, which has been very helpful. You know, like CAD programs.
Right.
It's hard to say, but probably telegram has been.
Telegram
better,
is
yeah.
much more useful in the long run, I think.
I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord.
We gotta get back behind the counter that Iris can barely see over.
Oh, don't
I've won
come,
myself another
don't
chance to
come
probe
out
that
at
pair
night,
about their
or I'll
activities
suck
that
your
night, at
dick, I
least.
mean suck your blood.
And I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is innocent.
Probing.
Probing. To be
Probing.
continued. Save complete. Telegram not to the internet.
Yeah,
in a
that's
way,
what
yeah.
I was thinking. Was that the telegram to internet basically is pretty straight pipeline. Wow, look at that lean. He's ready.
Order, please. Let us presume. Witnesses, you'll now reject the stand.
Oh, but I don't want to.
I don't want to. I don't want to do it.
Fucking Gregson.
Grab the room, you heard the defense capital information explanation.
Oh, yeah, governor.
No, I did. Go for it, dude.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. Cool.
Blimey.
This is going to be hard work. Earlier in this trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Windibanks. Well, it was bedlam as soon as, wasn't it?
It wasn't as it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dicks out me Lucy lockets.
If I had a nickel for every time I've had to say dukes out of me Lucy lockets, I'd have 4 nickels. which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened 4 times.
However, that was a lie. You brothers. Cool!
Blimey.
On the night in question, you rifled through the items on the victim's counter. We never done nothing of the sort.
How'd you figure that out? Well, now we've found the testimony once again. You never got precisely what happened on the night in question, but this time you tell the truth.
Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment.
Ooh.
And that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chance of ever seeing the light of day again.
Yeah.
Oh,
A thought worth pondering, perhaps.
Say that more, Gov. We owe ya.
well, right, we'll squeak, we'll preach.
Peach?
Peach.
Peach.
Witness testimony. Illegal entry. The whole truth. Alright, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing.
It was when we heard the gunshot, see. Mary's both jumping, all that stuff went flying.
No, mate, it didn't have to give me a fright. We were thinking the shooter'd come out the door and get us next.
We struck everything back where we found it, escaped, right into him in the black.
We couldn't have shot a poem broke, you see. We never even had a chance, did we?
So I admit to the defense's accusation. We did indeed ransack Mr. Wendrick's countertop on the night in question.
Not ransack, Governor, no.
That's right, Nash, that's right. It's more like we tied it up. Yeah. Sorry.
By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess.
The way you say it, we only sound out roughs at all.
We don't, Nash, we don't. Can't you make us sound a bit more cutthroat?
It can't just be coincidence that these men showed up at Windibanks that night. There's more to their testimony than meets the eye.
They got hired
I'm
by
sure
fucking Elgort Hanselman or whatever.
Eggert Benedict.
Oh yeah, that's him.
Eggert Benedict Cumberbatch, yeah, that guy.
Cumber flap.
Oh, I didn't know. We weren't after him. Hold it! If that's the case, then why didn't you testify to that effect in the first place? Well, you know, we ain't exactly squeaky clean, are we?
We ain't, Nash, we ain't. If we admitted something like that, people would think we was up to no good.
Well, Sabrango, mate, old China, we only land ourselves in even more trouble. And in fact now, as a result of lying in your previous testimony, that's exactly what you've done. Landed yourselves in even more trouble. Yeah, well,
That's rotten luck.
says the rotten apple eater. Wow, a little rude.
Witnesses, explain your actions to the court. Why did you ransack the victim's counter?
We never ransacked nothing.
Right, Nash, right? More like we tidied the place up.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
I didn't realize that was me for a second.
yeah. Hold it! So what you're saying is... the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much you knocked all those things off the counter? Well, it's not one of us that much, yeah. This bag of nerves needs to learn to keep his shirt on.
Look, it was loud, alright? Blimey, me dead granny would have woken up at that bang.
Big brother screamed like a blooming baby who fell over on the counter. He knocked over a load of books and candlestick and some skull whatnot.
I'd got tangled in some mayonnaise, what knocked over a picture frame, what knocked them scales on the floor.
You've really mastered working quietly, then.
What a racket. Me granny would have been scared back into a grave out cloudy like that.
So in short, the gunshot took you by surprise. And then some. I mean, it was quiet as a mouse, and all of a sudden, BAM! What are you... I'll just let him do this for a little bit.
And here we see the wild Gregson angrily munching his infinite fish and chip.
Excuse me.
He only ever eats the fish, though.
Inspector Gregson, do you have something to add?
Look, I'll keep saying, oh, but... Shit. His voice is impossible for me to remember, too. Hang on. Give me a second. I need to work through some key phrases.
Fuck you.
I don't remember if I have any. Fuck you, bitch. What if I'll just start with Gumshoe and try to make it British again. Hey, listen here, pal. Oi, bruv.
That is basically the same thing, isn't it?
Oi, bruv. Look, I'll keep saying, I appreciate being lumped in with these scoundrels.
No, something to add about their testimony. You seemed to react just now at what Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something?
It's probably nothing, of course. It wouldn't even bother to mention it, only... Well, fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details.
How about you just tell us what's on your mind?
As you know, we brought these fellas to the yard for questioning last night. In the statement they gave, they told a slightly different story than what they're saying now.
Oh,
Did it?
You claimed you heard the victim shout something before a gunshot.
That's you.
Oh, did my, I think my stream broke.
Oh.
Is it Steven?
Yeah? What? Still working on my end. I can try.
Am I alive?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hang on a sec, I gotta...
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no,
Could've
Josh is dying live on stream. Hello?
Hello?
You're bouncing around British, Transylvanian, and Russian. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Has your Discord broken entirely?
Issues to Discord.
Here, let me try to do this. I don't know why this would help, but... I don't know how that would help with us not being able to hear each other.
I mean, it seems to be working on my end for the moment.
Alright, I mean, whatever. I've been able to
I
hear
tried to
you
make
the
sure I
whole
didn't
time.
have anything running, too, so... Nope, I think we're back, Molo guy. I think we're okay.
Yeah.
And I am bouncing between British, Transylvanian, and Russian, and I'm not good at it.
We're having trouble.
And also whatever Ringo's voice is,
I don't
which
know.
is just like,
Oh,
I don't know, but I really
side.
like doing it.
I wish I both.
I just like something about this short little pudge man.
He's got jowls. Crazy jowls.
Might have. Does ring a bell now you mention it.
Granted, it's only my detail, but still. I can't help feeling like perhaps you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas?
I just go to witness testimony with any more sloppy than it hitherto proven to be. Also, we want to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them.
Easy.
We'll get it right this time.
I see. Yep. It's all coming back to me now.
Then speak. Supplement your testimony with whatever details you have miraculously returned to your questionable minds, sirs.
Oh.
Right you are, Gov.
when he goes back to this space. Ah.
Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun."
Hold it!
Hold it! So in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously.
We did, Gov. We did.
Oh no, I suppose if you're being honest, we heard a kind of wavering voice before the yell and all.
If you don't want to get shot, give me that gun. Bam. Kinda thing.
A career in acting tragically missed. Little rude. And where were the voices coming from, could you tell?
Of course we could. From the other side of the door behind the counter it was.
From the storeroom where the victim was found dead.
And the voice you heard, it was that of the victim, Mr. Winterbank.
On me granny's life, of course it was.
On his granny's life, of course it was. So that would mean that you both knew Mr. Winterbank and the sound of his voice. Hey, so that would mean what?
What, Nash, what? Any ideas? Yes, indeed it would.
No, we didn't know the geezer.
How am I supposed to deny it when the bloke in all the fancy club was giving us the evil eye?
If you value your lines, you will ensure your testimony is accurate and true. Lee.
On me granny's life it is.
On his granny's life, it must be. It's a good job his granny's dead.
To summarize then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them over the shop floor.
You make it sound like we're clumsy.
Don't forget we tied it up after like good little boys. Anyway, the way I see it. Bloke would own the place was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead of yelling at it go. Wait, so they saw it.
Wait.
Hold it.
How do you know
You're
he's
saying that
holding
Mr.
a gun?
Winterbank had a
That's
gun in
'cause
his
they peeked.
hands? Oh
They
yeah,
peeked through
Becca
the
was
little
aside,
window,
eh?
which is why the
Yeah,
curtains
yeah, yeah.
moved.
Them two waving them guns at each other must have been pretty heated. I mean, just before we
Wait,
shouted
there's
out, we
only
had
one
the
gun
geezer
in the
say,
room.
"Oh, if you don't want to get shot."
Didn't really sound like he meant it, mind. More of an empty threat, you could say.
Mr. Winterbank was known to keep a revolver on his shop counter at all times. People say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily put a bullet in someone's head if required. It was his own, but that someone. Oh, damn it! I have to stop doing that. That someone being himself, of course.
Good grief! Extraordinary devotion, indeed. If alarmingly misguided.
Well, he certainly sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. Only the person he was gonna shoot beat him to it. Cooked his goose proper.
Bet he wished he'd squeeze the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, "Give me that gun."
And it was directly after those words that you heard the gunshot. It was more or less at the same time, Gov. Give me that gun.
Bam. Kinda thing.
Yes, a career in acting very tragically missed. Then we heard the sound of someone hitting the deck. Before everything went dead quiet.
Look at that. Look at those. Look at those winning smiles.
That's really good.
I love these two.
After that, we done a slapdash job tying the place up.
I'm still trying to figure out if they're wearing masks or if their faces just look like that.
Yeah. Do you think we should try to present the print that shows Gina holding the gun?
Yeah.
Objection! You're saying that on the night in question... Okay, yeah, good. This isn't the generic you fucked up text. The victim, Mr. Windibank, was wielding a gun, is that correct? That's it, Gov. You've got the picture.
He has, Nash, he has, no question.
And yet the photographic evidence from the time of the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not in possession of a firearm of any description.
Objection!
You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence that comprises... comprises?
Compromises.
Compromises.
Maybe they're wearing eyeshadow. Maybe they're just really
position.
tired. Could be anything.
The yeah, the position of the it's like that guy, the accused even more. There, I got it. But there's like a one of those funny haha crimes I saw once where these guys like robbed some place and they didn't have masks, so they drew on their own faces with permanent marker, and then they were caught.
And then they were
because
caught
they
because
had
they had
permanent
drawn on
marker
yeah.
all over their face.
Yeah.
That's not as good as the guy that covered himself in lemon juice because, you know, lemon juice makes invisible ink. He thought it made him invisible.
Incredible.
Well, the motive of this failed to establish that the photographic position was taken in his room and looked down by the victim's death.
Yeah, that's right.
Too right, Nash, too right. The geezer would have been able to turn the cables on the girl, eh?
Hardly likely.
Well, I'm afraid his look bad as conclusive evidence.
Alright. We were too soon.
Deal with the cross-examination, counsel, and heed my earlier warning, witnesses.
A skulking's never skulking.
A skulker's never sulking. Sulking, maybe. I don't know.
Hold it!
Hold it. So, you didn't try to open the storeroom door then? Not on your life.
It went deathly quiet after that, it did. Put the wind right up to me. Right up me. But anyway, the door was locked, wasn't it? No way that was opening.
Yes, of course. It was locked from the inside, or so we've been led to believe.
It was, Gov, it was. From the inside.
Right, so we had no way of knowing what was going on in there, did we? Unless there was
Well.
some other way to get a view of inside of the storeroom. Like through the keyhole or a spy hole, perhaps. Don't ring no bells, don't light no lights.
We had to cut and run before we noticed anything like that.
We're still cutting our teeth on this game, see? But one day... we really cut the mustard.
We'll really cut the mustard.
Please cut it out.
That means to fart, doesn't it?
I think so.
But as we know, behind the door was the victim's lifeless body, with the accused not 2 feet away.
Yes, unfortunately. Gina was there, unconscious, with the gun in her hand.
To confirm, would it be correct to say that neither of you set foot inside the storeroom?
That's right, Gov, that's right.
Couldn't have, even if we wanted to. Hold it! Yes, whereupon you fired a shot from your own gun at Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Oh, yeah, we was a bit hasty there.
We was, Nash, we was. Truth be told, I was already shaking like a leaf when you lot turned up.
If you're shaking like a leaf, don't put a loaded gun in your hand.
true, though.
Good advice, miss. Good advice.
Truth be told, my mind went totally blank. Before your mind goes totally blank, make sure you don't have a loaded gun in your hand.
True, though.
Mental note, my miss.
Are you about to do Ringo's voice?
I think I was.
We're crossing the wires.
After that, we legged it down the street, but apparently we looked dodgy to the coppers or something, so they clapped the derbies on us like winking.
And after you'd been handcuffed, the police found this revolver in your possession, correct?
Well, yeah.
Well, listen, that proves it done it, eh? We couldn't have showed the prone broker say we never even had a chance, did we? Hold it. And why should we believe that? What? Because it's true, innit?
The place was totally empty when we went in.
At that time, the victim was already inside the storeroom, having been forced to open the door by the accused who had a gun to his head. In other words,
Does that door
on the
only
night
lock
in
from the
question-
inside?
Of course. What a stupid question. Don't you have a door like that inside your house?
I mean, several, I guess, but it seems like a whack thing to do for a storeroom.
Well, no, it must unlock from the outside, right? Because otherwise, why would she threaten Mr. Windibank to open it?
Yeah.
I think they're just pointing out it was locked from the inside because
Yeah.
the key was inside.
Yeah.
I guess.
I guess.
In other words, on the night in question, these two witnesses never even laid eyes on the proprietor of the pawnbrokery, Mr. Windibank.
Then how did they know he had a gun?
How do they know he
How'd
had
they
a
know?
gun?
How'd they know that? How'd they know? Also, is everyone just ignoring the fact there's a big ass slot in the top of the door that you can look
You
through?
can look through because we looked through it.
It's in the picture. You can see it.
Yeah.
Correct.
You've got it, mister.
Down to a T.
Oh, Ringo means apple in Japanese. Does the other guy?
does.
Does Nash mean pear?
I
Does
don't.
Nash mean pear somehow? That doesn't sound right.
That doesn't sound right. Yeah.
Ringo means apple?
Yeah. Ringo.
What?
Ringo. I was doing
Why-
a
why-
I was doing a thing from a particular YouTube video. It's a video
Oh, I
about
see.
it's
I
a
was like,
video
what-
about
what the-
Death Note, but really, really fast. And the only thing Ryuk ever says in the video, I think, is that he just goes Ringo. Otherwise, he is largely not in the video.
He just shows up and says Ringo.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So the Skulkin brothers never actually encountered Mr. Windibank. Is that really true, I wonder?
It's
No! That's it? That's the full extent of their testimony? What is it, Bruno? You look very fierce. I could pour you some herbal tea if you're tired. Oh, thank you, but I'm fine. Being such a logical thinker, you'll probably laugh. But I feel as though these brothers are still hiding something. Something important. It is nothing more than a feeling, though. I've no proof to support it. Well, feelings can be very logical at times. Sorry? People's expressions, the movement of their eyes, the words they choose. You can take all that and your brain will quietly analyze it to come up with a feeling like you described. You've concluded that there's something suspicious about their testimony without knowing why, that's all. I think you should trust your instincts. Iris, thank you. Sometimes I think if she's 10 years old, I must be 5.
No, because you're some sort of a child prodigy, you know, right?
From a gunshot, we are both give me that gun. Bloke would own the place was holding the gun. So do we press
Yeah,
this now
there.
that we know?
Press.
You're saying that
I
Mr.
would think
Windibank had a
so.
gun in his hands. Yeah, but that was a saw. Hold on. Yeah, because this is all the same before. But how do we... But how do we... But how do we evidence it? But how do we evidence it?
The revolver, maybe? I got nothing. Otherwise.
I don't know. Nashi means pear. There we go.
Ah.
Now I get it. Now the jokes make sense. They were puns in Japanese.
Objection.
I'm just gonna try this again. You're saying that on the night question that was wielding a gun. Yeah, this is the same.
Yeah, this is all the same.
Yeah.
There's something else you can press on and loop back later.
Yeah, because I thought we pressed everything. Did we not?
Did we? Did we? I don't know.
Hold it.
Did we not press this?
We did press this.
Yeah. We literally just did it.
We've pressed this many times. I was gonna say you could go past it to see if we pressed the thing after it, maybe.
Did we ever press on the thing where he said he heard they heard the voice?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Because we got this new thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if we had analyzed it, though. Yeah, we did this.
Yeah, I told you.
It's too bad we can't use pieces of testimony against each other.
Wouldn't that be a thing? You have to bring up a whole sub-menu of all the testimony. I think you should just keep going
Yeah.
to the last thing. Keep going.
Did we not do the last one?
Just keep going. Let's just
We
see.
never had a chance, did we?
Hold it.
Did we not press this one? Why should we believe that? Whoa, wait, because
No, we did.
we did this. We did them all. Help, I'm stuck.
That's the last statement then?
Yeah.
We're sure about that?
We
you
never
sure?
had a chance. Yes. Well, it's the last one we have right now.
Are you sure? I feel like we should present the gun at some point. Are you Googling it?
I'm looking up a spoiler-free walkthrough. Hold on.
Wow. Why don't we just give it do a bad? What's wrong with that, Steven? Just try shit. We have
I don't want to be
lives.
stuck for too long. Because that's not content.
Yeah, but we didn't even try one thing. It is content. One of our best streams is us being stuck on level 2 of Shadow the Hedgehog for like 6 years.
Objection.
So
Objection.
fuck you.
Gun?
Oh, was it the thing I said? Was
No.
it presenting the gun?
No.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, I see. I thought you looked up the answer.
No. I did this
I
because
see.
you suggested
I
it.
see. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
There you go. There we go. Cheating
Because we're on
on
trial
stream.
part 2. I mean, to be fair, I had this shit pulled up for the entire of the rest of the thing, too.
I know. It doesn't mean I liked it.
Ah! Aha! We're an idiot. We're idiots.
You cheated. Are we?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. Where is the... Which one?
See, you seem to be the only idiot here.
Yeah. I think it's on this one. Remember the autopsy report, how he was shot in the back?
Oh, right.
But
And
their interpretation
the
shows that he
scene
was...
they reacted.
Yeah.
Shot in the front.
Objection!
Got it.
Hold up. So you're saying...
All right. You know what? That's fair.
that on the night
we
in
are
question,
idiots.
the victim, Mr. Windibank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct?
Isn't this the same?
No, not quite. That's it, Gov.
Oh.
You got the picture.
Yes, no question.
And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows... Now, we just presented the wrong thing here. That Mr. Windibank was not holding a firearm of any description.
Oh, we just had to show that he wasn't holding the gun after
Yeah.
he was dead.
Yes.
I guess.
You what?
Gordon Bennett, that ain't right.
Objection!
There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Windibank's gun was found at the scene. Not only was it identified as the murder weapon, but it was found in the accused's hand.
Yeah, that mole trawler used the victim's own gun to finish him off. Give me that gun.
Bam. Kinda thing.
Hold it!
Hold it. Stay exactly where you are, right there.
Huh?
If the crime had taken place as you so colorfully described in your testimony, it would give rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out.
Wonders. Why you all, counsel?
Yes, because I looked up a guide because I'm stupid.
Because we're stupid. I'm gonna close it now. I think we're on the. I think we got it.
We are stupid. Well, yeah, you know what? It's fine. I accept that. We weren't. I was not gonna find that because I'm stupid.
Yeah, we weren't even thinking about it.
I wasn't even thinking about it. You ever notice how thick his collar is?
Yeah, it's
Like
fucking
Jesus.
crazy.
it's like an inch thick. My God, the amount of starch that must go into that.
It's crazy, dude. Maybe the collar part is just made of plastic.
It's just metal. It's forged. It's wrought iron.
You intrigue me, my learned friend. Let's see some evidence to support your claim. Where is the proof that demonstrates this inconsistency
Where
in the
is
witness's
the
portrayal
autopsy report?
of the victim's final moments? It's in the folder.
Take that.
Yeah. I know
According
how
to their
clip goes.
testimony, the witnesses claimed to have heard a shout of "Give me that gun," followed by the gunshot.
Far Cry 3.
With me. With the two hands that's happening almost over there, say or so we need to believe.
Yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony is true, it would mean that at the moment of death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, in the autopsy report, it clearly states that the victim died instantly after being shot from behind. Ah.
Oh.
So as I stated before, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. Yeah!
Yeah.
Mulligan didn't
Well, the guy
remember
also
either.
didn't remember. We're in the clear.
But it's the God's honest truth.
It is nice, it is. When we was shot that night.
The shopkeeper had a gun in his hand. We saw it on bleeding eyes. Did I hear you right just
Ow.
now? You actually saw Mr. Windibank holding a gun. The music just stops. Someone like that might have slipped out. Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission by these two witnesses that on the night in question they actually saw, with their own eyes, the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers must have encountered the victim in person.
Nash.
Yeah!
Yeah, I just noticed him pointing in the wide shot.
Yeah. Boom.
Order. What does that bring to something?
Well, the thing is, it weren't supposed to,
It would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears. I made it quite clear that false witnesses would be the death of you.
I don't under...
Wait. I was trying to do
Whoa.
Ringo for a second. Sort of, just sort of made a noise.
Am I to understand that you replaced the unproved testimony with renewed lies?
Ever so sorry, Governor. Truth is, see, we,
Cut it out, Nash, cut it out. We blab now. You know what it'll do to us.
he? Who are they talking about?
Let me make your blade. Blade.
Bleh.
My brain's getting tangled. There's too many people. Blade. But if I play enough times, there we go.
There it
Let
is.
me make it. There it is. Count the chocula. Let me make your position here perfectly clear. You will talk. There is no other option available to you.
Bruv, come on, the game's up.
But who have our guts for goddess?
In case it hasn't quite sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out.
On the night in question, it is now apparent that you brothers met face to face with the victim. I demand you testify again to explain the precise circumstances of the meeting took place.
Well,
Do we have to?
On pain of death. I suggest you make yourselves fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell the truth.
witness testimony. Encounter with the victim.
Alright, so we just got inside the gaff and we heaved a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug.
Give me that gun, he bellowed, and then flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we'd had it.
But old geezer, the mug was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter.
Holy shit. I pulled me gun on him, and then he legged it through that door in the back room.
We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear.
So, you're now telling us that in the moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
Well, we find ourselves at an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably.
But honest, Governor, this time.
This time, Nash, this time, we ain't got nothing more to hide. Very well, count for events, we proceed with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. This is it. The moment I've been waiting for. He's so intense.
So intense.
Hold it! When you say geezer, I presume you mean the victim and proprietor of the shop, Mr. Windibank.
Who else? Sorry, I mean, that's right.
We was keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gaff, obviously, but we never thought no one was gonna come out of the back room like that. The back room being the pawnbrokery's storeroom.
Yeah, that must be where he popped out from. Only place he could have been.
Wait, weren't they talking about... Oh my god. Do you remember when they were talking about tunnels being under the buildings?
Ah, right. It was connected to somewhere else.
Yeah.
There's a tunnel somewhere.
I just remembered
There's
that.
a tunnel snake.
Tunnel
I forgot about the
snakes
tunnels.
rule.
The tunnel snakes rule.
Yeah, I
Dude,
assumed
that
that
was
was,
like a
a
million
joke.
years
Yeah, I
ago.
assumed that was a joke at the time too, because Sherlock Holmes said it,
Yeah.
and he was wrong about
Yeah,
a
because
lot
he's
of
like,
stuff.
he's like, haha, tunnels, cocaine. I've done drugs.
So, it would seem the victim was already in the storeroom when these brothers entered the premises.
Which means Ginny must have been in there at that point as well. But that doesn't make sense, does it? If Gina had threatened Mr. Windibank into the storeroom with her at gunpoint, then why would he have emerged from the same room all alone when the brothers arrived? Oh, I don't know. Did you see the accused at that time?
What? That mole Tula? Couldn't tell you.
No way, Colber. We got bigger fish. We had bigger fish to fry then. I mean, the old geezer just lost it. Give me that gunny barrel. They threw it as like he was possessed. I thought we'd had it. Hold it. You mentioned that Mr. Windibank shouted those words in your previous testimony, too.
Secret tunnel.
However, you claimed that you heard him yelling them on the other side of the storeroom door. Oh, did we? But the truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he? Well...
Love Avatar.
Yeah.
Great show. Was the victim Mr. Windibank wielding a gun at the time?
Was he ever? Blimey, lummy, a great... No, that's not me.
Wait, hold
I did
on.
your voice, too.
Yeah, I sometimes you do this, and it's wild. Where you're just like, yes, I was doing this character and the voice for them. It's very remarkable.
I get caught up in it sometimes.
Yeah, you just get possessed by the spirit of voice acting.
Was he ever? Blimey lummy, a great ugly barrel he had. Point straight at me frontispiece. Frontispiece? Something like that.
I don't know, man. So what you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Windibank with the gun at that time, is that right?
Hey, Gary, spot on.
Then all of a sudden he came at us, he did.
It was Bedlam. I didn't know who was going for who.
You were clearly all going for each other.
Like Nash said, we thought we had it. I mean...
Fucking yeeted this guy over the counter. Hold it!
Supes is prepared to replace you at any times, Josh. Oh no. See, one of these days, Steven will just get a second shittier quality mic and then hot swap between them and you'll never even know. You'll never even know I'm not here.
Yeah, I just have to talk about yogurt in a bowl every once in a while and they'll never know.
Oh god, slurping it down.
Yes, I noted that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony, too.
Well, yeah, of course we did.
He knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot.
That got tangled in some marionette what knocked over a picture frame, what knocked over them scales on the floor.
So in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter. Well, big bruv here went flying over that counter like a gunshot, I tell you, then the geezer pinned him.
He did, Dash, he did. If he hadn't been there, the bloke would have flattened me like a bloomin' pancake in seconds.
At the time in question, the alarm was raised at the local police station via a secret cable from the pawnbrokery.
Oh my god, the yogurt in the bowl emote, I forgot! Yeah! I forgot we had that.
Yeah, made it
Let's
just
go. What a good emote. See, that's the power of commitment, everyone. That's the power of determination. I took something that is objectively not funny, and I beat it that horse so long it came back to life just so I could kill it again. Yeah, my head is the bowl. It's so good. I know. It's like the best emote we have.
But this is also a fucking...
There is the button.
Finish, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
There's a button under the counter used to activate it, which was presumably pressed by the victim.
But if the victim was already dead by the... I hate how the prosecutors just lie in these games.
No. They just,
Just leave shit out. That's not important. Wink, wink.
It's not important. Wink.
That's right. When the brothers fled the scene and back onto the street, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they? Poor Mr. Windibank. He did everything he could to protect his shop. except kill himself. Put my gun on him and then legs it through that door in the back room. Hold it! Were you intending to shoot Mr. Windibank? No, never. I was just, you know, looking out for me brother, weren't I? He was being flattened, don't forget. By a man whose shop was being burgled, yes.
And then, the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed your gun at him. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. He shoved me away and ran off through that door and shut himself in. There's something about that last remark. Something that doesn't quite ring true. I wonder why Mr. Windibank ran away into the storeroom. What? Well,
Well, it's a
according
dead
to what
end,
everyone's
isn't
saying, Ginny was in there waiting for him with a gun. Ah, yes, that's right. Gina allegedly used Mr. Windibank's gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Windibank's hands again? I have no idea. That is strange, isn't it? This little inconsistency could be significant. I should make a mental note of it.
I feel like this whole thing's an inconsistency.
Look, the point is, me and me brother here.
That's right, Nash, that's right. Me and me brother here.
Hold it. You say you had nothing to do with it? Nothing at all.
Nothing, gum, nothing. That old geezer went and shot himself in the back room, didn't he?
Locked it was from the inside.
We know it was, 'cause we tried to open it.
Uh-huh. But it's a decent door, that one. Good and strong, wouldn't budge an inch.
So, in the end, the situation remains unchanged.
I disagree.
Inside the storeroom with the pawnbroker, there was only one other person. The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Ah!
It wouldn't be the appear so. What say you to that, Counsel?
I don't know. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could possibly have shot Mr. Windibank? There could have been.
Yeah,
There's a
could have
fucking
been.
big hole in the door where
There's
you
a
could
hole.
shoot a gun through.
There's a hole
Mr.
there.
and Mr. Skulkin. What?
And remember, they said he was shot by someone much lower than him. So
Yeah.
I don't think he was shot through the door because that would have been like on level probably.
Yeah.
But he could have been shot by this short guy,
Oh, that's
right?
it. Yeah. Makes sense to me.
All right.
But I also
What's
think
that
it's
look
too
for?
easy.
It's not him actually, but I'm just
From
saying.
the moment you admitted you'd encountered the victim face to face that night, the course of this trial changed completely. It did.
What is your point, my learned friend?
The question we must answer is who could have shot Mr. Windibank? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all.
Because there's a hole in the door. You have my attention. In that case, let us return to this plan of the premises. The victim was killed in the storeroom,
Yeah, and
which
his
was
back would
locked
have been to
from
the door.
inside. Those are the facts. So pray, what other possible answer to the question of who shot the man could there be?
Counsel, you must now provide answers to the court in respect of two conundrums.
2, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right, maybe.
Indeed, namely, from what the location did the culprit shoot the victim, and furthermore, where was the victim at the time?
Understood,
He
my
was in
lord.
the storeroom.
Yeah, because there's a huge
He
ass
died
blood
instantly.
stain there, yeah, and he also died instantly. But you're right, Bruno. I'm not entirely sure, but there's one thing I am sure about. If I can prove that there's a credible new alternative to what happened, it would change Gina's prospects hugely.
So now, time for some clarity. Show the court on this plan the answers to the questions posed by his lordship. Blay. If you believe someone else could have killed the victim, Indicate from where that person could have fired the gun.
Right.
Well, from this side.
Right here. Take that.
Like right here.
The defense believes the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here.
Are you fucking stupid? And an answer to the second question. Assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where was the victim at the time?
Right there. Take that!
They made him fat.
The culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom.
Into a bank. Continue.
Mr. Windibank died instantly from a bullet wound in his back. Looking at the stain of blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death, which tells us he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired?
So you're adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom?
Well, according to the Skulkin brothers' earlier testimony, I pulled my gun on him and then he legged it through that door in the back room. If Mr. Windibank ran away through the door, we have reason to assume that the door was open at the time.
Ah,
It was at precisely that moment, when the victim was fleeing for his life, that the brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Nah.
go.
Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial?
Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself.
Poor man, shot while he was running as fast as he could to safety. Ah, of course! He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it would still have entered his body on an upward trajectory. Okay, that's a little... fine.
Smart.
technically correct, but a little rude. So the culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Windibank.
Objection!
I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside. You claim the victim was shot as he fled into the room. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock?
Ah, but, what if someone else locked the door?
Just say Gina did it.
Yes, there was
Fun.
someone else who could have locked the storeroom door.
Is that so?
Very well then, counsel. Present your part of this to the court. In the scenario just described, the defense's assertion was that the victim was shot from outside the storeroom. In which case, who shot and locked the storeroom door from the inside?
Well, Gina.
Take that!
Gina's 17?
Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Objection!
Oh, that could explain why she was asleep with the gun, too, as she might have just taken it off of Windibank to defend herself in case they came in.
No. That's absurd. You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered the sealed room? For what possible reason? Such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck.
If I am inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel,
She was scared.
Hmm.
There's people shooting stuff.
Ah, yes, that's a tricky one, that, isn't it?
unbeknownsts have no place in my courtroom, counsel. Remember that.
But of
Please.
course Ginny would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it? It does? Well, if I was Ginny in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they? Oh, yes, obviously. Before
Yeah,
the
why
two
did he
brothers
think
arrived...
of that?
Yeah, I know, right? Miss Lestrade and Mr. Windibank were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at that time, but at some point, Mr. Windibank must have heard the intruders breaking into his shop and left the storeroom.
Intruders, huh? That's us, bruv.
If your theory is correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom.
Yes, it would. Then probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Bang! Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Windibank fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment? I see where you're going with this. Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Windibank. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it, in order to save her own life.
Hold it!
Hold it? But I mean, we ain't for ones who've done it.
We ain't, Gov, we ain't. You can't believe us. I mean, come on. We never shoot no one.
Objection.
Well, not
That's
true.
blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would. Because before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes. There is only one logical conclusion here. Now, Ms. Van Zeeks is going to pull out there was only one bullet fired from the gun.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windibank's murder. Yeah! Meant to say it wasn't a pickpocket. It showed the blah 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 blah. I should have known it was those three brothers. They look as shady as a dense forest.
It's a dense forest.
That was amazing, Bruno. All the members of the jury seem to be firmly on your side now. I know, first time ever, and probably the last. Well, I think you've done it. Surely they'll have to give a verdict of not... Oh no, he has an evil laughter emote.
What is a man?
Oh right, does he rip off this jacket too? I don't remember.
No, he hasn't before. Admirable.
Close enough.
Boy, turn into a mate. Boy, chocula. An admirable effort, my learned friend.
What's this now? There's only one bullet for... He's laughing?
It was a situation amusing, Lord Van I myself on the defense's argument most persuasive.
I dare to say, such chicanery is the bread and butter of the street performers in your provincial eastern nation. But such blatant, malicious, conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pettifoggery here.
What?
Good read. The hypothesis you put forward is so ostensibly, credibly cannot and will not stand. Because, you see, it contains a fatal flaw.
Yeah, the gun. A fatal flaw? Yeah, the gun was only shot one time.
Do you mean to tell me you're unaware of your logic's failing?
I said, Lord Van Might it be an idea that's made this valley conjuring trick or whatever it is to trip so random?
The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand. Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count the bullets.
By George, count bullets.
Oh dear. He noticed then. Huh? What's everyone talking about?
Counsel,
Yes, sir?
tell the court how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime.
Two. Two bullets.
Correct. The first, which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, which struck the detective, Sherlock Holmes, on his arrival at the scene.
Blade. Your friends presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceeding. The bullet which injured Mr. Soames appears to have passed through his body to strike the calendar.
Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we know that these two firearms, there are two firearms involved with the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Winterbank, and the Skulkins brothers' revolver. The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun.
Yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each.
I kind of forgot about that he was shot with his own
Now
gun,
then.
for sure.
He was, like 100%. My learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these two brothers shot Mr. Sherlock Holmes right before your eyes.
Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness! I think you'll find.
If the single bullet that was fired from the brother's gun hit Mr. Sholmes, it means...
Winterbank not shot by same gun. Stop. Only one bullet. Stop.
Exactly. Yes, this Nipponese street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary tactic with no hope of standing up to scrutiny.
Ah!
Get the shit on.
Order! Order. Order.
All right.
Ooh. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hallowed nectar into the public gallery.
Lord Van Zeeks.
You need to stop assaulting civilians.
But this court needs to open its eyes. I am a vampire. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can, regrettably, no longer be described as a juvenile. No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct. The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with a loathsome intent. As we can see beyond doubt in this print which depicts her threatening the victim with the murder weapon. And I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present.
Aha, what color is that blood? That disc.
What's the blood color? Give me the spritz sprats.
I'll be taking whatever it is a bit gilded down to the yard, thank you very much.
No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine.
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now.
Yes, that music box disc. McGilded's music box disc. That's a hard series of words to say.
The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Winterbank, the accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her. And with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence.
Good gracious!
Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed, no crime she would not commit. The court forgets that fact at its peril.
I see. I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence, counsel.
Hold it!
As a grim testament to the defense.
Oh.
No Van Zix, I am.
Inspector Gregson? What?
Yes, Inspector.
We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and I think it was agreed that disc wouldn't be used as evidence.
What's this all about? Why is the inspector acting strangely? I don't know. We can. I was. It's not getting close
We can
enough.
find that out
We
next
can find out next.
time.
Yeah. I was waiting for
Next
the. I
time.
was waiting for us to get to the chapter break, but I don't think it's coming quite yet. So that's a good enough place to stop.
So
A
what
cliffhanger.
incriminating thing is on the disc that the cops don't want us to know?
Hmm. Oh man, I hope
Hmm.
Gregson doesn't end up being one of the bad guys. I like.
I don't think it will be. I would think it'd be more likely that it's just something that's like
Embarrassing.
dirt on. Yeah, like dirt on the cops or something that McGilded was using,
Yeah, probably.
maybe. Something like that.
Yeah, that sounds
And
right.
they're just trying to not have it be public.
Yeah, that sounds
I don't
about
think
right.
Gregson had anything to do with Windabang dying, though.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, he showed up later. Anyway, have a
Yeah.
good night, everyone. We'll see you later. Or
Bye.
tomorrow, specifically. Bye.
Man,